kicking that people pleasing and that perfectionism to the curb. That's what I'm really all about now. That's where I'm really starting to, as I step into this ideal vision that I have created for myself. I know that I can choose to kick that people pleasing and perfectionism to the curb, and that's why I'm on the show. That's why I'm here.
Right. And I think we're totally dealing with it head on here, because what I find,
to cry because I'm scared, like saying it out loud.
Yes, it's so scary. I cannot tell you.
I don't know why I want to cry.
Well, it's because
it still has that fear.
Right, right. And can you accept that part of yourself?
Yeah.
See, that's the love right there. That's part of you. Mm-hmm. Other people love that part of you, but do you love that part of you?
I don't know. Sometimes I don't know.
Right, and you know what?
Sometimes I feel like I'm afraid to show that part of me, because I'm afraid that if people see that weak part of me, then I go back to being that little girl who was abused, And I'm not that little girl anymore. I'll never be her again. No, you'll never be. And there's such a difference. And I don't want any child ever to experience it. That's why I'm so passionate. I don't want any dog or cat or person or child to ever experience what I went through. And that's why I'm so passionate about it.
I get it. And what you're doing for the bottom line, and it's so funny because this is such a big part of your message, but it's the part that you need to give to yourself. Because the bottom line is what you're trying to give to every dog and hurt child out there is what you need to give to yourself. When we see it in a dog, it's because we know it, we recognize it.
They've explained it to me. They've taught me. That's why I'm there. That's why they chose me as their messenger.
Oh, right.
And it's a big responsibility. I sometimes say, wow, it's just so big. Why me?
Well, here's the thing to remember is there's total freedom of choice.
Yes.
You're free. You're free, and you know what? You're good enough whether you do this work or not.
Thank you.
It's a choice.
Thank you.
It's an opportunity. It's not a demand.
Yeah.
So you can step into it, and I think that's glorious.
I love that. I love that it's not a need. It's an opportunity.
Yeah.
I don't need to do this. I think I started off the journey needing to do this.
Right.
And now I'm stepping into it as an opportunity.
Right. Right.
I'm seeing it differently, just like I'm seeing myself differently. It took a long time, Reba, for me to even have any self-worth. For many years, my whole nonprofit business organization, I was always just kind of going and begging and please listen to me, please pay attention to what I'm saying, please, this is so important, and every time I would just feel like, and then when I started realizing, hey, I bring something really powerful to the table. I'm pretty dang valuable. I can do this, and I can do this, and I can do this, and I started seeing my own worth. That's when the money and everything started rolling in, and the success started rolling in. And it was many, many years that I struggled with that belief that nobody wants to listen to me, and I was just like this mom in the schools, and I was getting recycling and composting, and I designed a board game for children, and I was going into the schools and donating my time, and I organized our first Earth Day, and now we have the biggest Earth Day. This is our 15th one. I started with my daughter kindergarten, and now she's in college. So this has been a journey. And in the beginning of this journey, I did not see my worth at all.
Yeah, I'm there with you. I suffered from tremendously low self-esteem and low confidence, and I'm finding my way through it through this self-acceptance and just I said in the first teaching that I gave, I said that thank goodness we didn't tape the first show on Monday. We're taping it on a Thursday, because on Monday I was just a bowl full of shaky Jello. I was like, I can't do this. I'm not ready, and I just had to go through those emotions. I think it's really, they say that the only way over a trauma is through it.
Right.
You can't push it away. You can't push it down. You have to go through it. So I just experienced those emotions, and not to be talking about myself here, but it's very similar, I think, to your journey, where I just had to, wow, there's this weak little girl that's still there. There's this incredibly powerful woman with so much to offer. So we're both.
Yeah, I totally remember my first radio show that I did when I started, because I was doing to help animal rescue. I started a radio show which became really popular called Positively Pets, and my voice was shaking, my hands were shaking, and I literally felt like my ex-fiance was going to smack me across my face at any minute, and I was like, I have to push through this fear. And right. I let my message be bigger than my fear, and that's how I have stepped into my own power and my own worth. And now I get to help other women who are in this on this journey. That's why I'm so passionate about helping women who are suffering, especially teenage girls. I really love working with teenage girls that have low self-esteem, so that they don't get into those abusive relationships, so that they don't look outside for approval and outside for recognition.
I'm seeing so much power. There's so many women that are just now, and it's young girls, and it's also medium and older. I mean, every age of women that are just
stepping into it,
stepping in like butterflies out of a cocoon. I mean, it's a whole new way of being. So, of course, we don't know what that's going to be like. So actually, the name of this program is Paint Yourself into the Picture. So that has a lot to do with what you're talking about now as well. And but before I go there, I want you to do a self-love exercise after the show, not right now,
okay,
but to just do, review all those emotions, all those things that you're uncomfortable. As we go through life, I hate to say it, we get a few dings and dents along the way. I mean, I love positive talk. Don't get me wrong. I wrote a book on manifesting. I'm very into affirmations and all that. But the truth is that we get to middle age, and we've had some experiences, some regrets, some disappointments, all those things. And if we let them, those things can stop us, because hey, I'm not bright and new and shiny and anymore. I've got these skeletons in the closet. And so I think the answer to that is to love them. Just go, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Everything is okay. And that you're made up, and I'm made up of this big mix. And until I accept the mix that's me, I can't move forward. Because if I don't accept it, then I'm pretending to be somebody else. I'm pretending to be like that image, like you said, of the woman in the red dress and the sassy, powerful, and the cute little, it's just an act. It's all an act. And you can get pretty darn far on an act, but that's not how I want to play it anymore. And I don't think that's how you want to play it either. Mm-hmm. Because the real power is in being ourselves, our authentic selves. Absolutely. And fully ourselves, and not pretending.
It's what built my following. I know it's what built my following, because it wasn't until I started letting go of my perfectionism and trying to present myself as this powerhouse kind of person who knows how to do marketing and knows how to do this and knows how to do that. It was when I started using the wounds to wisdom and global kindness and my passion for helping animals and children, and came out of the closet and told people I was a survivor of domestic abuse, and started sharing that I was homeless, that I lived out of a car, you know, because of these situations that were going on in my head, the belief that I'm not good enough, the belief that I deserve this crap, the belief that, you know, keep believing that, you know, but also reading Think and Grow Rich and You Can Heal Your Life at the same time. So it's like there's a friggin' ping pong game going off in your head, you know, and you're like, which way do I go? So I chose to go the You Can Heal Your Life way. Thank goodness.
Exactly, and to look back at that and not say, oh, look at her so low, you know, sleeping in a car, but look at her, she had the strength to get out.
Yeah, and I have the empathy. Like when I go down and visit my daughter, she's in college in Los Angeles at the Fashion Institute. To me, that's my biggest success because she's living her dream life, and she will never let a man treat her in a bad way. She would never let anybody. She has so much self-respect. She is the most powerful, beautiful woman, and I love everything about her because she healed so much of what I wanted to, so much of what my childhood, what I wanted my childhood to be, I was able to give to her. And now I get to give it to children. You know, now that she's all grown up, I teach children yoga and mindfulness, and I've been working to get that into the schools as a curriculum. And I want to do self-love in the curriculum. I want to be able to do emotional freedom techniques in the curriculum for my nonprofit. This is the big vision that I had for the longest time. Like I said, I designed a board game for children that's called Let's Save Our Earth. And that's how this whole journey started, because there were no programs in the school for environmental education, for animal advocacy, for kindness, for compassion. There were no programs. So I that's how I started my nonprofit organization.
I want to mention that I wrote a book about compost for children, so we have to connect about that maybe after the show, which is why I'm so excited when you're talking about compost. I'm a huge fan. But I want to give you another assignment, and then I want to give you the opportunity to just reach directly to the viewers and tell them how to connect with you. But the two assignments that you have from this coaching session, the one is to sit in self-acceptance, and it's a hard one, but even purposely call up, you know, the pieces about your body that you're not happy with and accept them, and the pieces about your emotions that you're not happy with and accept them, and the pieces about your history that you're not happy with and accept them. Just accept them. Let them be part of who you are and not pull you back. Let them just be with you going forward, and they'll start to lose their power. You know, they won't have that power to trip you up. And then the second thing is,
I know I attracted this session. Thank you so much, Reba. I know this is a big part of the journey. This is because I know I'm stepping into something really big. It's about to happen, and I can feel it like really strong. And there's so much, like you said, there's just so much that acceptance is going to be so powerful for me if I can find a way to do that through this.
And self-love, it's like not how you show up to please anybody. It's how you show up to please yourself, okay? And you can show up with pigtails if you feel like it. And you can show up with your hair in a chignon the next day, and it's your business. It's not about who's watching. It's about what you feel like showing up as. And the second little piece of homework.
To see the rest of this episode, click on the link below the video now. You'll be glad you did. Are you still here? What are you waiting for? Click on the link below the video now to see the rest of this epic episode.